Okay, well, tell me more about optimism. Tell me about the positive benefits of optimism. One of my notes that I wanted to throw in there, can you feature something for the people who have trouble even like they just go, I am just a negative person. I just have trouble with that. My first response is always kind of negative. How do I bust out of that? So give a gift to those people as well, please.
There is so much research on the benefits of positivity and optimism. There are research studies that show the short-term kinds of effects. So they have people, maybe they're writing in journals and they're told to think of something positive, and they look at these same people just 6 weeks afterwards and they can find alleviations from anxiety and stress, to long-term ones where they can look, 40, 50, 60 years down the highway and show. There was one research study that I looked at. They were looking at nuns. For some reason, they often look at nuns. And I think it may be because you've got this controlled group of people with the ability to go back and look at the people again long term. But in this particular research study, the nuns were asked to keep journals, and then they would analyze the journals and mark them to degrees of optimism and positivity. And what they found was those nuns who in their 20s had gone on, who had just expressed themselves more positively, when they were older, they would live longer. They would live longer. They would live happier. One of the other things that really fascinated me was when they did autopsies afterwards as well on these nuns, they could find nuns whose brains were riddled with Alzheimer's, but they never expressed it. They never expressed it at all. And I found that really encouraging because I'm in my 60s now. So you can have some of those fears. It's like, I don't fear dying. I don't fear lots of these other things, but to lose myself in dementia or Alzheimer's is significant. So it shows there, the more engaged you are with life, the more you can put this stuff aside. And, with optimism, they showed there's a longitudinal nurses study that was done, and they showed that the more optimistic nurses had significantly less chances of dying from loads of diseases. So they could have like a 16% lower chance of dying from cancer or a 52% lower chance of dying from infection. That's absolutely huge. When it comes to cardiac health, even if you've got a family history of cardiac disease, the optimistic people were a third less likely to deal with cardiac issues, even with that kind of strong history. So you say, how can you make yourself more optimistic if you're not? Very important question there, because some people are more pessimistic, some people are more optimistic. Journaling is a really good thing to do. That's something I would suggest everyone do right now. And it doesn't have to be detailed journaling.